Imagine waking up at 10 a.m. to the sound of waves crashing against the tropical shore. After checking your bank account, it's increased by $8,000 overnight, and you are reminded of the blessings of passive income. Throughout the day, you spend your time doing leisurely activities such as sunbathing on the beach for an hour. Once you're done sunbathing on the beach, you check your bank account again and you see another $2,000. This just adds to the excitement and the luxury of your lifestyle. You spend the next few hours exploring the lush tropical environment and indulging in the finest cuisine the island has to offer. You check your bank account again and another $3,000. How would you like to live this dream life of growth, adventure, and success? Well, I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but it's a scam, bro. Wake up. People are using your laziness to scam your attention and make passive income off of you. But you're in luck. For the last 7 years, I've been making what you guys call passive income to the tune of multiple 7 figures, with some months crossing multiple 6 figures alone. I've been doing this, traveling the world and living the life of my dreams, as they say. In this video, I will be talking about the deep realities, not a theory or made up stuff for the YouTube algorithm, of making passive income. This video will be your one-stop shop for passive income, and in this video, I will deeply break down what passive income is, and more importantly, what it is not, in a way that I haven't seen it covered before, and exactly how you can make passive income realistically for yourself as well. But to go really deeply, we must first start at the basics. So, what is passive income? Well, when people say passive income, what they really mean is leveraged income. This is income that is not directly tied to the amount of hours or effort that you put in, like say working at McDonald's for $15 an hour. In this case of working at McDonald's, how much you earn is directly tied to how much effort you put in. You cannot make money while you sleep while working at McDonald's. But the key here is understanding leverage deeply and how to use it. So what is leverage? Give me a lever and a place to stand, and I will move the earth. Archimedes. Leverage is just a word for tools that amplify your efforts. Leverage allows you to accomplish what 100x what others can. It's a force multiplier for your effort, skill, and judgment. And if you don't understand it still, that's okay. I will explain it in great detail below and how you can use leverage to get rich. So there are 4 main types of passive income, aka leverage income. The first is media leverage. This is the form of leverage or passive income you are most familiar with. Media leverage is this YouTube video you are watching right now. In the past, to get this information out, I would have had to stand in a room and give a lecture to maybe a few hundred people at most. But today, a person can record a YouTube video in a few minutes, one time, and it then could be viewed millions of times all over the world. This would take more than a lifetime of speeches to reach the same amount of people. The new generation's fortunes are mostly made through media. For example, Joe Rogan making 50 million to 100 million a year from his podcast, Mr. Beast using his billions of dollars to cure the blind, etc. The list goes on. The second type of leverage is labor leverage. Labor leverage is other humans working for you. So for example, working at a smoothie shop, you are leveraging your employees and their work to make more money at the shop. Labor leverage is the oldest form of leverage, aka passive income, and it actually is not a great one in the modern world, as managing other people is incredibly messy and it requires tremendous amounts of leadership skills. You're actually one short mistake away from getting eaten alive or torn apart by the mob with labor leverage. The third type of leverage is capital leverage. In the early 1900s, the majority of people who gained mass wealth did so by deploying capital and basically being big-time asset managers, firms, banks, private equity, etc. To make money, you've got to spend money. And the compounding effect really hits hard as you're dealing with larger and larger pools of money. If you manage a large amount of money, like let's say $1 billion, and you make just a 10% better decision, your decision-making skills create $100 million more in value. So it scales very, very well. If you get good at managing capital, you can manage more and more capital much more easier than you can manage more and more people. The fourth and last type of leverage is going to be leveraging code. Leveraging code brought us the tech titans of today. The Googles, the Airbnbs, the Ubers, the Twitter, the Facebooks, the Apples, the Call of Duty, every single video game in existence ever, etc., etc. This is also a huge part of the new generations of wealth as of the 1990s. There are literally 1,000x coders that started all these companies that we know today. With a wide availability of advanced computing resources accessible via the cloud, it has opened up a massive range of technical possibilities and solutions that we can take advantage of at a fraction of the cost. So a side note here is that the higher up in leverage you go, the more responsibility, risk, and accountability that you have when things go good, but also, more importantly, also when things go wrong and things go bad. Okay, so now you know what leverage is. So now let's use it in a real life scenario and then talk about specific and tangible leverage ideas that you can use right now today so that you can start making more passive income. This example comes from the Almanac of Naval Ravikant, and I highly suggest that you give this book a read. So in the real estate business, the worst type of job someone can have is someone who's doing labor to repair a house. Maybe you get paid $10 or $20 an hour. You go to people's houses, your boss demands that you're there at 8 a.m. and you repair your piece of the house. Here you have zero leverage. You have some accountability, but not really, because your accountability is to your boss and not the client. You don't have any real specific knowledge since what you're doing is labor lots of people can do, and you're not going to get paid a lot. You're getting paid minimum wage plus a little bit more for your skill and your time. The next leverage level up might be the general contractor working on the house for the owner. They may be getting paid $50,000 to do the whole project. Then they're paying the laborer $15 an hour and they're keeping the difference. A general contractor is obviously a better place to be, but how do we measure it? How do we know that it's better? Well, we know that it's a better place to be because this person has some accountability. They're responsible for their outcome. They also have to sweat and worry at night if things aren't working. Contractors have leverage through laborers working for them. They also have a little bit more specific knowledge, how to organize a team, how to make them show up on time, and how to deal with city regulations. The next level up in leverage might be a real estate developer. A developer is someone who is going to buy a property, hire a bunch of contractors, and transform it into something of higher value. They probably have to take out a loan to buy a house or go to investors to raise money. They build the old house, tear it down, and rebuild it and sell it. So instead of $50,000 like the general contractor or $15 an hour like the laborer, the developer might be able to make $1 million or $500,000 in profit when they sell the house for more than they bought it for, including the expenses of construction. But now notice what is required from the developer: a very high level of accountability. The developer has to take on more risk and more accountability and has more leverage, and he needs to have more specific knowledge. They need to be understanding of fundraising, city regulations, where the real estate market is headed, and whether they should take the risk or not. The next level up in leverage might be someone who's managing money in a real estate fund. They may have an enormous amount of capital leverage. They're dealing with lots and lots of developers, and they're buying huge amounts of housing inventory. Now, one level beyond that might be someone who says, you know what, actually, I want to bring the maximum amount of leverage I can bring to this real estate market with the maximum amount of specific knowledge. Now, that person might say, well, I understand real estate and I understand everything from basic housing construction to building properties and selling them to how real estate markets move and thrive. And I also understand technology and business. I understand how to recruit developers, how to write code, and how to build a good product. And I understand how to raise money from venture capitalists, how to run it, and how all of that works. Now, obviously, not a single person would know how to do all of this, but you can pull together a team to do it where each person has different skill sets. But that combined entity would have the specific knowledge and technology in real estate. It would have massive accountability because that company's name would be a very high risk, high reward effort attached to the whole thing. And people would devote their lives to it and take on significant risk. It would have capital with investors putting money and founders putting their own capital. It would have some of the largest high quality labor that you can find, which is high quality engineers, designers, and marketers who are working for the company. Then you may end up with a company like Trulia, Redfin, or Zillow, and the upside could be potentially in the billions of dollars. Okay, so now that you understand what passive income, aka leveraged income, really is and how it really works deeply and how you always want to have the highest amount of leverage possible for your situation, the question now is, so how do I get myself into a position with high leverage? Well, here is the hard truth. It's not easy, but it's totally possible. Usually people don't even allow you to be into a position of leverage until you've worked your ass off and proven yourself in some aspect to be deserving of such leverage, and there is just going to be high competition. Now, the other flip side is that you've worked your ass off in your own business or in YouTube, TikTok, etc., and you've simply gotten the results, views, sales, and money, etc., and now you can start moving things into an even more higher position of leverage. But again, it's not easy, but it's totally possible. But the truth is, if you are broke and watching passive income videos, you're probably just lazy, and people are exploiting your laziness and your naivety to make passive income off of you with YouTube AdSense money. The people that you see making true passive income where they don't work at all is because they're already rich, because they've worked their ass off and now they have capital leverage to make more money work for them. So there is no way around it. You do have to work hard. And here's a bit of common sense for you, right? So if someone has never done something, but they're telling you how to do the next ChatGPT magical passive income business, and you see that they have a lot of views on that video, they probably made between $10,000 and $30,000 scamming your brain and scamming your attention about doing something that they have never even done or even know how to do for YouTube AdSense money and clout. Now, honestly, that's totally fine if you're watching these videos for entertainment purposes, but this is the reality. And if you really want to make passive income, aka leverage income, like we've talked about in this video today, and you're watching those kind of videos, the reality is, in fact, that those videos are actively damaging and destroying your chances of any real success. So you say, okay, I got it. What are some highly leveraged income ideas that I can start now? Glad you asked. So the easiest ways to get started making leverage income that need no permission from anyone else, number one is making content because it's literally free and it takes only your time and effort, and it can be monetized in many different ways. Another option would be affiliate marketing or e-com, which is what I do amongst other things. But again, the risks there are higher because you need to have more specific knowledge that we talked about running ads and about making a profitable store or profitable affiliate campaigns. And you need a little bit more money to get started. Now, another possibility is getting good at trading crypto or stocks, which I've also done in my past as well with success. And this is the ultimate leverage because if you do this right, you can literally become a millionaire in a few days or a few weeks in theory. But wait, this is super extremely risky because if you don't know what you're doing, like most people, you're more than likely just going to lose everything. But the point is to bring these opportunities to your attention, and it's very simple. Try all of these or one of these and stick to the one that you like the most and learn as much as you can about it and go deep. Don't get distracted. But if you really want to learn how to think better and master any topic, watch this video somewhere on the screen that I made about mental models that I use again to make multiple seven figures in e-com and affiliate marketing over the years. But at the very least, what I want you to take from this video is whenever it comes to making money and income in your life, you want to ask yourself, is this a low leverage opportunity or a high leverage opportunity? And if not, always be looking for a way to find the highly leveraged opportunities in your work, career, and etc. Now, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, make sure you drop a like for the YouTube algorithm and you subscribe, and you can watch this video that YouTube thinks you want to see for some reason. See you in the next one.